I'm your host, Logan23, and you're joining me for Open Heart, Chapter 11. Whatever it takes. Deep in the hospital's new wing, you anxiously hold a stopwatch, watching Naveen's chest rise and fall. Your face will stick like that if you're not very careful, you know. Naveen focused, let Dr. Valentine do her job. I tried to warn Ethan, and now look at him. Dr. Banerjee, your respiration rate has improved since last week. See, Ethan, all this worry for nothing. Certainly good news. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. His respiration rate has improved, but his body temperature and pulse rate are still too low for my liking. See, you already spent too long in Ethan's company. And what's that supposed to mean? You never take the time to celebrate small achievements. Waiting for Dr. Valentine to follow suit. Dr. Valentine and I will celebrate our largest achievement when we get there. Naveen chuckles and looks at you, his eyes bright. Ethan never put much stock in hope. So I've noticed. I prefer to put my stock in science. It's done well for me so far. Naveen's laugh quickly turns to a cough. He pulls a white cotton handkerchief from his pocket and hacks into it, his body convulsing with effort. When he finally manages to get the coughing under control, Naveen's voice is weak. He suddenly seems smaller and older. Well, seems to be a new development. Oh, no blood. Hemopsis. Casey, we have a new symptom. We'll need to run a blood sample with a full workup. But how do we run a blood sample without paperwork or billing information? I can't submit anything in the lab without paperwork. He draws a blood sample from Naveen's arm. He hands the vial to you, his eyes intense. We do whatever it takes. I have to take this to the lab and do the workup ourselves. But I'll need your help to get in the lab, Dr. Valentine. Can't you go by yourself? It would be more suspicious if someone caught me alone in that part of the hospital. Will you do this for me, Dr. Valentine? I can't do this without you. Oh, come on. A diamond choice? I want to help Dr. Banerjee, but we can't take the risks, Dr. Ramsey. We could get caught, and then what good could we do for him? Return the sample to Ethan. He grips it tightly, his face grim. You're right, I'll need to find another way. You should get back to your rounds before your residents start asking questions. You sneak back out into the corridor. There are people down here. Miss Martinez? You glance down the dusty, tarped-over hall to where Miss Martinez is hobbling cheerfully towards you. Her ivies stand in tow. You glance back at Naveen's room. Can't let her see Dr. Banerjee. You can't be here, ma'am. It's too dangerous. Let me take you back to your ward. No, I've seen plenty of my ward and every other ward too, but not this one. Oh, what's over there? Humor her, discourage her. No, I feel like if you discourage her, she's gonna keep wanting to. Then you've definitely earned a tour. Here, let me show you around. You guide her away from Naveen's room. She peers curiously around at the dim corridors and exposed wiring. Oh, it's always so fascinating to see how the sausage is made. Yeah, and a little creepy, huh? Oh, I don't know. It seems rather peaceful. Why do you come down here, Miss Martinez? You must have seen the warning signs. I suppose. I've always been curious, even as a girl. I love the idea of exploring. I cut out all the pictures of far-off countries I could find in magazines and buy postcards and put them on my walls. I never had the chance to travel when I was young, but I always said when I retired I'd visit all the places I never got to see. Then a year before I was set to finally retire, they told me I had Rhodes disease. Oh, so you didn't get to go anywhere? I didn't. My family wanted me to live to a ripe old age, and that means daily treatments and constant company of my good friends here. Smarks and gives her IV stand to shake. You notice the logo printed across the bag. Panacea Labs. I haven't left this hospital in nearly 10 years. I probably never will. Oof. What about your family? Do they visit? They were here all the time in the beginning, but they don't live locally and travel is expensive. And after nearly 10 years, well, they all have lives of their own. They come when they can. Your heart breaks for the sweet old woman. You gently take her elbow. What do you say we walk around a little bit before I take you back? That would be nice. After a tour of several wards and the cafeteria, you return Miss Martinez to her room. Her walls are covered in aged postcards from famous locations. Wow, you've got quite the collection, Miss Martinez. Oh, the Colosseum is my oldest. My aunt bought it for me in 1958. It started my collection. You help her into her bed, your eyes falling on a framed postcard. Beautiful white cathedral. You framed this one. Is it special? Oh, yes. I always most dreamed of visiting Paris. I devote a whole day to the Sacré-Cœur. Sometimes I like to imagine I'm there, staring out at the city, looking at stained glass, listening to the organ, praying to Santa Maria. Trails off, staring wistfully at the postcard. Is your health more important if it means you give up everything you love? You'll get there one day, I promise. You'll see it all in person one day, Miss Martinez, I know it. You laugh sadly, shaking her head. I abandoned that dream a long time ago, Dr. Valentine. You pick up her chart, flipping through it as she settles into her bed, her eyelids heavy with exhaustion. Thank you for helping me take a little adventure today. It was my pleasure, Miss Martinez. Something in her chart catches your eye, you read on, mind ticking. Later, during rounds. Alright, number 1. Let's hear about this patient of yours. Grab the patient's chart and flip it open, only to find the clipboard empty. What the? It was here a couple hours ago. You panic, bewildered. Nearby, Aurora stifles a laugh. Oh, so you're sabotaging now. Psst, Casey, say something. I can't find the chart, Dr. Morani. Well prepared as always, Dr. Valentine. I'm sure misplacing their paperwork instills loads of trust in your patients. Confused, you're sent off to reprint your patient's chart. As you're waiting, you notice Bryce nearby, watching somberly as an attending erases his name for the surgical schedule. Bryce, what's going on? What? Oh, no, I'm not, nothing. I'm golden. What's going on with you? Did you just get bumped from surgery? Yeah, but it was a crappy surgery anyway. I'm not missing out on anything. But what? I actually got a post-op to check on. Catch you later. Oof, he probably screwed up. Tries away, you look back to the whiteboard, frowning. I wonder what's going on there. Later, you're about to head home after your shift when you see Kyra. Walk into Kyra's room, where she's talking with Inez, but your smile fades as you see the distressed look on Inez's face. Please, Kyra, don't leave now. You need support. You need help. Kyra throws her things into an open bag. She ignores Inez looking at you. Hey, Casey. There you are. I'm getting out of here. You want to join? What's happening? Why are you back here? Just a routine checkup. No big deal. You look to Inez, who shrugs helplessly. If she doesn't want you to know, Casey, I can't force her to tell you. Oof, she's not your patient, so you can't check your chart. Tell me what? Kyra, what's going on? Please talk to me. My cancer's back, okay? Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I'll give you privacy, but Kyra, please rethink this. Inez exits, leaving the two of you alone. Kyra zips up her bag. You're leaving? Yeah, I fought it before, and it sucked. But I thought I'd won. I thought it was over. But it's not over. This time it wasn't. But next time... No! There's no winning here! It's just gonna keep coming back, and by the time it kills me, I'll have spent the last moments of my life suffering. So I'm gonna live while I can. She grabs her bag and marches to the door, stopping at the threshold to look back at you. Well, are you coming or not? This is a tough choice for me. But for Kyra's situation, not my own. Her life is worth fighting for. Okay, I'm coming, but don't think that means I'm giving up on you. You can try, but you won't change my mind. Let's get out of here. Soon you're strolling through Beacon Hill with Kyra at a brisk pace. So, what do you want to do? Seems like you're in a hurry. Time's short, right? I want to face my fears and do everything I've been too scared to do. Like what? Well, like this for one. She stops outside of a building, you follow her gaze to a sign for no limits skydiving. You want to go skydiving? Oh, hell yes. That's the reaction I was looking for. We should make a thing of it. Bring the entire Edenbrook crew. I love that idea. Does this mean you're in? Please say yes. Join Bryce, Raphael, Jackie, and all your roommates for an adventure you'll never forget. You might even share an extra special moment thousands of feet above the ground. Try something less risky. Maybe we could start small. You know, like watching a scary movie or something first. Okay, fine. Maybe skydiving right out of the gate was a little crazy. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little relieved you said no. So, what do you want to do instead? I have an idea. Later that night, Kyra takes you to dinner. You follow a hostess to your table in a highly rated restaurant overlooking the water. Trims the menu, perusing the listings. So, are you a picky eater or an adventurous one? I have my moments of being picky, but I'll do adventurous. That's great. I'm trying to be more like that. I've spent 28 years being afraid of trying new things, but it stops tonight. Good for you, Kara. Seriously, you're talking to someone whose favorite foods for years were pizza, chicken nuggets, and mac and cheese. What's wrong with those? You get the out of here. They definitely don't serve those here. So what are you gonna get? I think I'm gonna start with the octopus with salmon roe. That's certainly a combination. Why that? Because it's the thing on the menu that freaks me out the most. The waiter comes and takes Kira's order, then looks to you. I'll have the Cajun fried frog legs, escargot with garlic and parsley, canard a la Rouennaise. I'm gonna go with Cajun fried frog legs, thanks. Those actually don't sound so bad. Yeah, that's why I went with it. Fingers crossed. Soon the waiter returns with your orders. You both cautiously take a bite. Huh? It tastes like chicken? Mine is pretty gross. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. What matters to me is that I wasn't too scared to try it. What other fears are you planning to face? Oh, I don't know. I've never had the nerve to watch any of the classic horror movies. Oh, we're going on a horror movie trope. I still haven't seen Alien or The Exorcist, but I'd like to understand more pop culture references before I die. Clearly a top priority. How have you not watched The Alien or The Exorcist? What the You sound really focused. I was just so charged up after Dr. De La Rosa told me the news. I didn't stop to think. I didn't want to stop and think, but my mom always told me to live life fearlessly. Good advice, so when are you gonna follow it? What do you mean? Well, it sounds like you want to face every fear you have, except your real one. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not afraid of dying. I know that, but you're afraid of fighting it. What's the point? Chemo will make me too tired and sick to see my friends or do things I never got to do, and it could all be for nothing. I could die, Casey. I could die sick and miserable and soon. That's why I can't fight it, because if I fight it, that means I'm afraid. No, it doesn't. You're afraid by not fighting it. You reach across the table, gently touching her arm. Kira looks at you, her eyes brimming with tears, and shakes her head. Kira, cancer should be afraid of you. You're as tough as they come. I can't imagine there's anything in the world that could stop you. There's plenty that can stop me. Kira dabs her napkin at her eyes, trying to stop the tears before they start. Even if I fight the cancer, Dr. De La Rosa said I only have a 10% chance of survival. That's not enough to go through hell again. Well, I'm not giving up on you. We're gonna have so much fun together that you'll realize there's way too much of the world left to see. I don't know about that, but one thing's for sure. There's way too much dessert menu left to see. Oh, they got chocolate-covered crickets. Pass, I don't know about you, but I've had enough adventure for one day. Several nights later, you're on the sofa, medical textbooks piled around you, the door opens and your roommates pile in, laughing and joking. Oh my god, here you are! I've been texting you. Donahue's had 2 for one night. See, this is why you guys are failing and I'm number 1, because you're out partying and I'm busy studying. Oh man, are you studying? I should have been studying. No, I'm researching Rose disease for Miss Martinez. She wants to see the world and I want to find a way to make it happen. I hate to break it to you, but there haven't been any developments in Rose disease for like a decade. Then we'll make our own. How? You don't exactly have a research budget or facilities. Rhodes affects fewer than 1,000 people in the country, so it hasn't been widely studied. But there could be studies on similar diseases. I don't think I can cure it, but if there's a way to let her leave the hospital, I'm gonna find it. And I'll help. Seriously? Me too. It's just like med school. We can pump some music, break out some snacks. Oh, Elijah, late night study sessions were the closet thing you got to partying, weren't they? That obvious, huh? I don't get it. You guys have work at 6 a.m. Why exhaust yourself for someone else's patient? Because every patient deserves our best care. We're doctors. Everyone seeking help in that hospital is our patient. Jackie raises her eyebrows, her forehead crinkling as she processes what you're saying. Okay, I'm in. You guys are nuts. We should all be going to bed. Shut up, Olsen. What's wrong, Landry? Afraid you're finally gonna meet a puzzle you can't solve? That's emotional manipulation and you know it. Okay, hand me that book. Your roommates make themselves comfortable around the living room. Some take textbooks, others crack open their laptops. Okay, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it properly. Jackie, you focus on finding international medical trials. Elijah, you take the U.S. Later, Sienna's balancing a bowl of brownie mix on her hip, stirring it while reading an open textbook on the kitchen counter. Nothing in Germany. Next stop, Australia. There's a knock at the door. I hear you're in need of a surgeon. Bryce, what are you doing here? I invited him over to help. There could be a surgical solution we're not considering. you're willing to give us your entire night to help us? To help Miss Martinez? Hell yeah, she gave me her pudding cup on the first day, just as a welcome gift. He takes a seat on the couch and pulls up some surgical textbooks from his backpack. You stretch, looking fondly around the room at your hard-working friends. Hey, Bryce. You take a seat at the table and look across from Bryce. So, you ready to tell me why you got bumped from that one surgery? I mean, I didn't get bumped from that one surgery. I, got bumped from all of them. Most of the residents are kind of refusing to work with me. I thought everyone loved you. Dr. Tanaka loved me, and everyone loves Tanaka, so that can mean everyone else's good books, more or less anyway. But I went too far. I pulled a stunt surgery, the patient survived thanks to me, but Tanaka said I'd only been lucky, and I'm too reckless. Once he benched me, all the other residents I had already pissed off followed suit. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I don't regret what I did, and I'm not gonna change who I am because they want me to play by their rules. I'm a great doctor. I'm gonna be a great surgeon. And they can freeze me out all they want. I'm not going anywhere. Take a seat on the floor beside Jackie. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for helping. I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing it for Miss M. Right. Wait, here's the deal. You don't want to study more than I do. You don't work harder than I do. Is this going somewhere? But you're happily spending hours on a case that nobody will ever credit you for. I'd never do that. And I guess that's the difference between us. And that's why you really do deserve to be number one. For now, anyway. Does this mean you'll stop being such a jerk? Never. But I can say I'll stop being such a jerk. To you. And we'll see. Join Sienna at the counter. Thanks for doing this, Sienna. The research or the brownies? Both. You're always there for me when I need you, and I want you to know how much I appreciate it. Oh, stop! I'm just glad we made friends. We made friends so early. You're a real inspiration to me, you know? The way you fight for your patients. The way you never give up. Sienna, what's wrong? Her lip quivers. She glances at the others out of earshot in the living room and dining room. I don't think I can do anymore, Casey. The competition? Everything. I can barely keep it together to manage my cases. I just keep getting the worst ones. I've had to tell 3 people they were terminal. One was a little boy. Oh, Sienna. I'm so sorry. The sound his parents made when I told them I nearly lost it in front of them. I cried in the closet for an hour. I barely slept since. That's understandable. I wanted to help people all my life, to the point where I focused on their problems instead of trying to fix my own, but I don't know if I can keep this up. I'm thinking of leaving the residency. Leaving? Like leaving Edenbrook? I haven't made any decisions yet. I'm trying to decide whether this job is really for me. You need to know, you're an amazing doctor, Sienna. Your patients love you. You make them feel so cared for. Just thought I'd be able to help more people. You do. I'll bet if I asked that little boy's parents, they'd tell me how grateful they are that he was looked after by such a kind doctor. Thanks, Casey. Can you do me a favor and not mention this to the others? I want to be sure before I say anything. Cross my heart. Much later, your reading is interrupted by snoring. You look up to see everyone's falling asleep except... I mean, technically they are our love interests, aren't they? It's going, Bryce. I'd like to fall asleep right now. I really would. I'm fighting off something. And then there were two. Wait a second, Casey. Come look at this. Get over next to Bryce. What did you find? I wound up on a message board. Looks like a pissed off employee leaked some old R&D memos from Panacea Labs. Check it out. It says there was a drug used for Huntington's cured some test subjects of Rhodes disease. We found a cure. Why isn't it on the market? Yeah, okay. Would you like me to explain this in about 40 minutes or less? It's pretty recent. Human trials can take years before new drugs get FDA approval. Bryce, you found the answer, though. Overwhelmed with excitement, you throw your arms around him. He hugs you back tightly. The hug lingers. You feel reluctant to let go of him. I don't know about you, but I feel like celebrating. What, your pants? I mean, seriously. Pull away. For a minute there, I wrote, put it away. Can you, send me that link? I want to write a thorough report for Miss Martinez's doctor. Already done. Anything else? No, you've done more than enough. Go get some sleep. Right back at you. Bryce leaves your apartment. One last look back, you open your laptop and start typing. A few days later, you sit beside Miss Martinez on the edge of her bed. Completely? No more treatment, no more hospital? Yes, at least we think so. Then what are we waiting for? Let's start the treatment now. You need to know the rest. The drug hasn't been approved for Rhodes patients yet, and there's a chance it may be fatal in a woman of your age. How much of a chance? As best we can tell with limited data, about 40%. Martinez takes this in, looking fondly at her postcards. I've never much cared for odds. Let's do it. Really? I'm grateful for my time my doctors have given me, but it's not enough to just be alive. I want to live. I want to see Paris. I want that for you too. I spoke with your doctor and made the request for the drug. I'm hopeful it'll be improved. Thank you, Dr. Valentine. You can thank me in a postcard. You leave Miss Martinez's room and almost run into a patient. Oh, I'm sorry, miss. You shaved your head. You shaved your head. Why? Why? I mean, you could do that in the future, you know, when the hair starts coming out, but why? It was pretty hair. God damn. Next time, go for the full-on hip check. None of these half-ass stuff. Oh my god, Kara. You're here, and you're bald. I'm starting chemo today. Figured I'd get a head start on the hair loss. Get it? Head start? Kara, I'm so proud of you. I know how hard a decision this was for you. This was your decision, right? Yeah, it was. Kara rubs her hand over her shaven head and blushes. Thanks for what you said the other day. It stuck with me. Facing all these little fears, it means nothing if I can't face my ultimate fear. I'm gonna look death in the face and tell it to get screwed. Or just raise both middle fingers up and say, cancer! After wishing Kira good luck, you continue to the nurse's station. Any news on the request I put in for Miss Martinez's new treatment? While the nurses check the computer, you notice a resident writing Bryce's name on the OR scheduling board. Ooh. Thanks for the opportunity, Dr. Ryan. Relax, Lahaley. It's just an appendix. Oh my god. It's where you basically have appendix is removed, but appendectomy. There we go. Hey, every surgery is a chance to learn. The resident chuckles and walks away. Bryce, you're back on the board. Yeah, on a surgery I can do in my sleep, and it's a start. Humble yourself, man. Jesus. I thought you said you weren't going to play by their rules. Did you give up? Nah, I'm still fighting back. just in a different way. Dr. Valentine, we got a response regarding Miss Martinez. The nurse hands you a letter, you read it. Denied, but how could they say no? My support material was so detailed. They're refusing it because it wasn't fully tested, even for an experimental use. That's not why they're denying it, though. Think about it. Panacea makes the symptoms management drug for Rose disease, too. So, because if you're charging a bunch of money to manage symptoms, if you have a cure, what are people going to pay for? A cure? Or the symptom thing? Come on now. So, do you think it's more lucrative to treat something forever, or to cure it once? But that's not fair. They're a pharmaceutical company. The entire reason for existing is to develop medicine to help people. Uh-huh! But that's not how the world works. Just as soon as they make some money for their shareholders. Hell, I bet that's why they buried the initial experiment results. Hey, it's back and forth thinking. You're right. Rose disease might be rare, but the people who suffer with it need this treatment every day for the rest of their lives. That money adds up. You think of Miss Martinez and her postcards, and Kira marching bravely towards her first round of chemo. So what are you gonna do? You think of Naveen, alone in the new wing. Now he might die helpless against something completely unexplainable, but the cure for Miss Martinez is right there in front of you. Whatever it takes, Bryce. Turn back to him, determined. I'm gonna fight back. In a different way. The hope for a cure for Miss Martinez has hit a roadblock. Can you and your friends find a way around it? Be planning to find out. Yep, let's hope so. So without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, and if you'd like to support me and my content. Sorry, there is no Twitch stream for choices today. I'm just feeling really kind of meh. And I'm taking this slow and pacing. Because, you guys want a quick little story in like 60 seconds or less? Okay. My autistic brother is really sick. Basically, his Behçets were attacking his eyes. He also has a big sinal basically infection. He went to urgent care via the emergency room. And pretty much they prescribed some things for his eyes, some things for his infection. And then, lo and behold, 2 days later, his other brother, who was the wheelchaired one, got the same sinus issue. And pretty much has really thick, dark, yellow, and greenish mucus. And pretty much has been fighting, you know, everything except for the eye issues. Behçets attacks eyes, lungs, you know, the whole 9 yards. It's a complete crap. If you guys don't know what Behçets is, please feel free to Google it. It's pretty rare and severe disease. It's B-E-H-C-E-T. And, long story short, we took my other brother, the wheelchaired one, yesterday to check on his wheelchair. It's going to cost an astronomical amount, and it's not even an electric one where he can guide it or anything. It's just a basic biatch wheelchair. And it's amazing how much they charge for such things. Pretty much I'm going to have to find a way to get the money for it. But we went after that to a doctor's appointment to basically their primary care doctor wasn't in. There we have an emergency place to go to. We went to the emergency place, and because he has, like, he literally, the one threw up in the parking lot right outside. And so both of them were supposed to be seen. The doctor came into the room, basically, and you hear both of them they're sick. They, you know, they've got mucus coming out of their nose left and right. It's dark yellow. At least the one's already being treated from the, you know, the urgent care. And the other one, you know, it's basically a reference point is at least once every year he gets like this. Usually in the past, the doctor has prescribed antibiotics. It clears up his sinuses in about 3 to 5 days. And, yeah, you know. So, long story short, she said that she wasn't going to prescribe anything, and she asked, and I quote, "Are the kids keeping down liquids and foods?" No, they have no appetite, and no, they're not keeping down liquids. And yes, the kid just threw up in front of your building. You can go see it. It's a giant puddle. She kept asking about the puddle. You know, that people were told them, you know, there is a puddle out there. It's fucking vomit, you know. Yeah, it's just triggering. Long story short, she still gave nothing, and she and I quote, I can't believe this. She said, "I'm not going to do preventative care. Want you to settle that in." Like, I can't make this shit up. I wish I could. I really wish I could. It's really amazing. So here you go. It's 540 Cleveland Avenue. Step by Step Pediatrics is the place. Wonderful doctor there. Not. So he's gonna go see his primary care doctor on next Thursday. It's just a joke of a place. I plan on doing a little bit of a write-up on the place. You know, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of 1 stars on this place that I'm looking at right now. Extremely disappointed with the service, you know, blah, 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 blah. They have the full record of my daughter. She says, this. I do not take your children to this place. Yeah, it's a joke. There's a lot of people who say it sucks. It's amazing. So, anyway, without further ado, you guys know what to do. I will keep you guys, you know, well, I'll keep you guys. I hope you guys come and join me. I will try and do a Days Gone stream. We already did some last night, but if you guys want to join us for the Days Gone stream later today, I will try and do that. I will let you guys know on social media if we go live, Discord, you know, things like that. But, without further ado, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video, hopefully. Peace.